Good Wednesday evening, January 8th, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. Chelan and Douglas counties are expanding the reach of the third annual Homeless Point in Time Count later this month. The Wenatchee School District is launching a campaign to replace its educational programs and operations levy that will be on ballots in February. Fog and clouds in the forecast tomorrow. Rain possible Friday with sunny and warmer weather this weekend. We'll sort through all that coming up in your local weather forecast. The Wenatchee School District is launching a campaign to replace its educational programs and operations levy that will be on ballots coming up in February. The levy represents 12% of the district's total budget and will expire at the end of the year. Key programs and staffing funded by the levy, including athletics, transportation for students, music and arts programs, and special education services. The proposed levy rate is $2.20 per $1,000 of assessed property value. That's a 10-cent increase from the 2021 rate, which the district says is necessary to keep up with inflation. The district says if the levy does not pass, Wenatchee School District could face reducing $20.2 million in levy-funded programs, services, and staffing. The top 10 candidates for the 2025 Washington State Apple Blossom Festival were announced Tuesday night at the Numerica Performing Arts Center. The 10 were selected from among 31 participants in the royalty selection process. The 10 young women will spend the next month preparing for the Kashmir Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant on Saturday, February 8th, where they compete for a total of $31,000 in scholarships. Tickets go on sale Tuesday. We'll be broadcasting that event live on the NCWLIFE channel, and you can find footage and the full list of winners from last night's ceremony on our website and Facebook page. Wenatchee Valley College welcomed a new dean in December. Wenatchee Valley College announced on Tuesday that Tracy Donnelly joined the college as the new dean of Allied Health and Professional Technical Programs. In her role, Donnelly will provide guidance for industry advisory councils, enrollment management, and workplace clinicals and internships. Donnelly most recently served as the Director of Operations of Workforce Training and Continuing Education at the College of Eastern Idaho. Donnelly has also previously held leadership roles at Northern Lights College in Dawson Creek, British Columbia, Clackamas Community College, and Klamath Community College. The Lake Chelan Water Resiliency and Efficiency Project secured $9 million in federal funding to help safeguard Chelan's water infrastructure. Chelan's water supply relies entirely on a single booster pump station, which means a failure at this station could disrupt daily water supply and emergency firefighting efforts. The $19 million project will develop a 1 million gallon reservoir that will include a new booster pump system, pressure reducing stations, and transmission piping. U.S. Representative Kim Schreier and U.S. Senators Patty Murray and Maria Cantwell supported the inclusion of the project in the Thomas R. Carper Water Resources Development Act of 2024. The act, which is designed to reduce flooding, improve ports, and restore ecosystems, was signed into law by President Joe Biden on January 4th. When we come back, Congressman Dan Newhouse wants federal employees to return to office work rather than working remotely. And the Lake Chelan Water Resiliency and Efficiency Project secured $9 million in federal funding to help safeguard Chelan's water infrastructure. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, located on South Wenatchee Ave, has the largest selection of spas and swim spas in town. Stay cool this summer in an artesian swim spa and use it all year long. We enjoy helping families reconnect one spa at a time. Hot tubs are proven to improve sleep and decrease arthritis pain. Our passion is water, so please bring us a water sample, and we will help you diagnose your pool or spa water for free. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, your pool and spa experts.
There's no place like home. Because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories. And we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Central Washington Water is your solution for problem water. Whether you're on a well or municipal water, they can design a clean water system custom to you. Soft water eliminates water spots and scaling on fixtures. It protects appliances from hard water damage, saving you money. Soft water reduces soap usage that causes skin irritation and is a healthier choice to drink. Call for a free in-home consultation or stop by the store to have your water tested. Central Washington Water, your best water solution for home, pool, and spa.
Chelan and Douglas counties are expanding the reach of the third annual Homeless Point in Time Count later this month. The Point in Time Count is a one-day event that surveys people experiencing homelessness to demonstrate the need for homeless housing services. This year, the count will be held at 3 locations: Lighthouse Christian Ministries in Wenatchee, the Chelan County Fire District 3 station on Chumstick Highway in Leavenworth, and Chelan Valley Hope in Chelan. The expanded reach aims to identify people living unhoused in the more rural parts of Chelan and Douglas counties, and this year's count is slated for January 30th. The 2024 count recorded 141 people living unsheltered, which was an increase of 20 people from the 2023 event, and 341 people were recorded staying in homeless housing services, which was a decrease of 27 people from the 2023 survey. The wooden boardwalk at Riverfront Park in Chelan is closed after it was damaged by fallen trees over the weekend. According to a press release from the Chelan County PUD, the damage spans about 20 to 30 feet in the middle of the boardwalk. The PUD said that it believes soil saturation over the last few weeks destabilized the wooded hillside above the trail and caused a few trees to fall. Over the next few weeks, the PUD plans to investigate the stability of that hillside, the integrity of the remaining trees, and structure of the boardwalk. A temporary detour via South Emerson Street has been established while the PUD determines the scope of repairs and permitting work required for reopening. Congressman Dan Newhouse wants federal employees to return to office work rather than working remotely. The 4th District Republican joined on to a bill pushed by Senator Bill Cassidy of Louisiana to exclude teleworking federal employees from receiving raises and a special bonus called loyalty pay that's tied to their home office locations. The two lawmakers say too many government offices are sitting vacant while their employees work from elsewhere. Their bill, the Federal Employee Return to Work Act, would not apply to federal employees with a disability or to members of the Foreign Service, federal law enforcement, or active duty military. Coming up next in tonight's feature story, we will talk to the new leader of the Washington State Tree Fruit Research Center about the future remodel of the extension facility in Wenatchee. More clouds and fog in the forecast tomorrow with possible mountain snow showers on Friday. I'll have your full local weather forecast coming up. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
When you've been in business for 40 years, it's because you understand change and you put members first, always. Now Works is announcing a change in their membership model. Up to 6 people on one membership that you can mix and match. The more people, the bigger the discounts. Introducing the Works shared membership model. One membership, friends and family, and flexibility. Works, the cleanest, friendliest, most helpful gyms you and your friends will ever join.
Who's trying to stretch their budget this January? That's pretty much all of us. That's why Abby's is offering this giant pizza that can feed up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 hungry people for less than $27. Now, that's an Abby's budget stretching deal. Worried about a no-fun January? Not at Abby's. Dine on our Bacon Cheddar Special. It's delicious and loaded with toppings and real cheese. Plus, it's on sale, and the kids can play some video games. Enjoy fun January at your local Abby's.
Have you ever played that game, What Would You Rather? Where you give 2 options to see what your friend would choose? Well, let's try it. What would you rather? Would you rather have a telemarketer from a foreign call center named David, or a local North Central Washington agent who has been helping folks for over 20 years on Medicare and has 5 offices to serve you, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. So, what would you rather? Now give us a call at Springwater Insurance. Our phone number, 509-888-2600.
Last month, the Washington State University named a new leader for its Tree Fruit Research and Extension Center in Wenatchee. Research scientist Lee Kalsitz has the new title of Programmatic Lead in charge of ongoing work in the field of fruit health and breeding. The center is the birthplace of new apple varieties, including the Cosmic Crisp, but it needs a major remodel. In tonight's feature story, Kalsitz spoke with NCWLIFE News about his new role and the future plans for the historic facility.
My name is Lee Kalsitz, and I am an associate professor in the Department of Horticulture and the current endowed chair of environmental tree fruit physiology, and now the programmatic lead for the Wenatchee Tree Fruit Research and Extension Center. I started in 2014 as an assistant professor, moved from Canada down here and started my lab, and yeah, I've been here for almost 11 years now. I initially did my bachelor's degree in horticulture at the University of Saskatchewan, but I grew up on a U-pick berry farm where we grew strawberries and raspberries and Saskatoon berries, which are also known as service berries that are domesticated up in Canada. So that's kind of how I got my start in horticulture. Growing up in Saskatchewan, Canada, winter times are obviously very, very cold. It's colder than Minnesota. So understanding how to have trees just survive those types of cold temperatures was always a challenge, and really piqued my interest and kind of led me down this road to working in environmental physiology in trees. My research itself is focused on how trees interact with their environment, whether that's what's going on above ground, how trees interact with heat. So we get a lot of heat in our summertime, and understanding how apples get sunburned, why they get sunburned, how to reduce the amount of sunburn apples get, and increase the pack out to growers' crops. So yeah, a lot of heat work. And then I also do work with nutrition, so understanding how and when to fertilize trees to produce apples with better fruit quality. So the mission of the Tree Fruit Research and Extension Center is to support the tree industry through research, discovery, and outreach. And that's basically our mission. We're part of a land-grant university, and part of that land-grant mission is research and extension and teaching. So we do all three here. We have graduate education, we have our extension programming and outreach programming that all our faculty do, and then we have our basic and applied research programs that we run here at the Research Center. The programmatic lead is it's a dual leadership role that the college has developed for this Research and Extension Center. So this dual role will have a facilities and operations manager, as well as a programmatic lead, which is my role, which is helping to support the faculty, the research and extension faculty here, and their programs to help them succeed and serve the industry best. In October, we started a fundraising campaign for a plant growth facility, which is essentially replacing these greenhouses that we're currently in right now, with a whole new greenhouse facility and associated labs. So it'd be 26,000 to 28,000 square feet of both greenhouse space and associated lab space. So a lot of our facilities are between 50 and 70 years old. So it's an $18 million facility with an anticipated $10 million from the state, $4 million from royalty funds coming from WA38 or Cosmic Crisp royalties, and then we're fundraising through donations another $4.2 million. And we are hoping to complete that fundraising campaign by June 30th or July 1st of this year to start construction, which will be an 18-month build and be open, have the facilities open and ready for use sometime in 2027. we've had this long-lasting impact on the industry over the last 50 years. Our mandate is to support the tree fruit industry both locally, nationally, and internationally. And it's really important that we have our facilities that can help us, allow us to continue that. And that's what this fundraising campaign is about, is developing the infrastructure we need to do modern research, whether it's entomology, whether it's pathology, whether it's plant breeding or physiology, which I do. We all need those types of facilities to do year-round research that impacts the industry and allows us to collaborate and develop partnerships with industry and other academic institutions around the nation and around the world.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a fantastic Wednesday, and our weather today a lot like we've seen the past several days. As we look outside our weather window, yeah, this is the Lake Wenatchee Tower camera, and we can't see anything but a few trees in the foreground and a little bit of blue sky too, but boy, just low clouds inundating much of North Central Washington again today. We actually did see a peek at blue sky at times today, but still lots of those low clouds. And as we make our way through tomorrow and into Friday, we have a bit of snow to talk about. Not much of a storm system. The main storm will be in Montana, but it could drag some snow into the Cascades. We're talking 4 to 6 inches possible. That's in Stevens Pass if you're making your way that direction Friday into Friday night. Maybe an inch or snow up in Mazama, and then most of the snow will be back to the east from Coeur d'Alene through the panhandle of Idaho and into western Montana, but not ruling it out for the Cascades Friday into Friday night. High temperature today unofficially at 36 degrees, a few degrees above where we should be at 32 for this time of year. Our record high 52 degrees, and that was set in 2009. 32 our low this morning. Our normal low is 23, and what's interesting about that, we haven't been close to 23 degrees for an overnight low this entire winter season, knock on wood, because we hope that doesn't happen. Record low temperature 1 below zero, and that was set in 1979. Sunrise 7:47 this morning and set this afternoon just before 4:30 at 4:29. All right, let's get into that forecast now, and here's a look at Thursday's temperatures. And yes, a lot like today. Once again, 36 Moses Lake and Ephrata, 35 in Quincy, 33s from Wenatchee into Eniat and Chelan, also Omak at 33 tomorrow. Cool spot, Lake Wenatchee at 29, 31 for Leavenworth, and 32 the high temperature for you folks in Cashmere tomorrow afternoon. Tonight we will see mostly cloudy skies, still a double shot of high pressure really dominating our weather right now. Could see some more dense fog develop overnight. Low temperatures still on the mild side for this time of year, right around 30 degrees. After some morning fog on Thursday, yeah, that pesky band of clouds will stick around. Mostly cloudy on Thursday, slightly cooler too, with high temperatures in the low 30s as we get into the afternoon hours. For Friday, a big area of high pressure builds in. We could see some wind though, with low pressure to our east, high pressure to our west, and about a 40% chance for scattered showers on Friday, but warmer. High temperatures about 40 to end our work week. And then on Saturday, it is all about high pressure as we move into the weekend. Partly cloudy skies on Saturday. It will warm up. We're talking lower 40s for Saturday, and by all means, get outside and enjoy this winter weather. For Sunday, mostly sunny, and that goes for almost the entire state of Washington by the end of the weekend. Going to stay mild too, with high temperatures again in those low 40s, so it looks like a beautiful weekend ahead. For Monday, lots of sunshine all up and down the west coast. It is going to be slightly cooler on Monday, but not bad, with highs in the mid to upper 30s. And then getting you into Tuesday, some high clouds out there, still high pressure and a big ridge over the western U.S. That gray area you see will be those high clouds we expect. Very quiet weather pattern on Tuesday with high temperatures in the mid 30s. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. forecast. 29 overnight tonight. Morning fog giving way to mostly cloudy skies for tomorrow afternoon. 33 our high. And then a nice warm up as we get into Friday. Maybe a chance for some rain showers Friday. Could be breezy as well, and 40 degrees. And then look at that upcoming weekend for the middle of January. I think we'll take it. Partly cloudy on Saturday and 42. Mostly sunny Sunday and 41. We're going to stay with plenty of sunshine on Monday and Tuesday, but just slightly cooler. 37 Monday and 36 your high temperature on Tuesday. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Her Royal Highness Queen Ella Stimmel.
Join NCWLIFE channel for live coverage of the Apple Blossom Festival Royalty Selection Pageant on Saturday, February 8th. Coverage is brought to you in part by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Also by Harvest Valley Pest Control, Merry Maids, Together for Youth, and the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center. Join us for live coverage of the Apple Blossom Festival Royalty Selection Pageant on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE channel. Happy Wednesday. As the Seahawks head into the offseason, Coach Mike Macdonald has the challenge of balancing the success of a 10-win season and the personnel moves to do better next season. Starting with quarterback Geno Smith, Macdonald says he's very pleased with how the 12th-year player performed this season.
We did a lot of really good things, and one of those things is Geno's productivity, and this is something that I'm looking forward to building off of. I thought he had a really good year. I'm sure. Like when we had a conversation yesterday, but the feeling you get was he's proud of the things we did, but felt like we could have done a better job as an offense and as a team, and could have put ourselves in a position going into the tournament to go make a run at this thing.
Moving forward, Macdonald sees Smith continuing to be part of Seattle's mix and heading up the offense under center.
I want Geno to be here. I think he's a heck of a player. I'm going to do the first thing always comes back for what's best for the team. I feel like Geno's the best for the team right now, and so I'll be involved with it. Ultimately, it's not my decision. It's a Seahawks decision. So, but Geno knows how we feel about him, and we love him as our starting quarterback for sure.
Former Seahawk coach Mike Holmgren is a finalist for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Macdonald says Holmgren has left a lasting fingerprint on the NFL.
Man, personally, the first time I remember meeting Coach Holmgren, he's kind of like larger than life. Walk through the hall and then you're in his office, and it's just kind of a Twilight Zone moment. But he's a legend of our game. I mean, you think about not only is he probably one of the top offensive minds, play callers, head coaches, culture builders this game's seen. The first thing that comes to mind is his coaching tree and the people that he's been able to affect and how that affects the game we love and has done so well since then with the coaches and scheme and all that type of stuff. So I can't imagine a better Hall of Fame candidate than Mike Holmgren.
Well, despite firing offensive coordinator Ryan Grubb, Macdonald says Monday's end-of-season meetings with players and coaches was very positive.
What happened yesterday with moving on from Ryan took the better part of the morning, but we've had since the team meeting, having a lot of opportunities to talk to our coaches and our players, and it's been really great. Just really optimistic, fired up for what's ahead of us, where the direction our team's going. I think yeah, obviously we want to be, fighting it out in the playoffs, and felt like we had a good enough team to do some damage. But we didn't earn the right to do that. So we're moving on, but we're really, just excited about what's to come and working through like what the off season is going to look like, making some tweaks, how do we evolve, all those things, all that stuff's ahead of us, how we build our roster, all those types of decisions, finding a new offensive coordinator. I mean, all those things. So it's an exciting time. Excited about the foundation that we've been able to lay, and ready to get back to work.
McDonald says the search is already underway for a new offensive coordinator. Well, Washington picked up a victory in women's college basketball last night. The Ellie Ladine had led 4 players in double figures with 23 points as the Huskies popped Wisconsin 79-58 the final. Haley Van Lith and her TCU Horned Frogs were in action earlier today against Kansas. We'll have that final for you tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. 18th ranked Gonzaga is in action tonight at the McCarthy Athletic Center against San Diego. That game tips at 6 o'clock. That'll be on ESPN+. Tuesday night was filled with bouncing balls on hardwood around north central Washington. Ephrata fell to East Valley 56-46. Chelan topped Liberty Bell 57-36. Omak down Cascade 69-52. Tenasket topped Manson 74-56. Lake Roosevelt beat Brewster 62-54. Okanagan blew out Bridgeport 94-40. Pateras fell to Thorpe 47-42. Moses Lake Christian swamped Soap Lake 59-33. Entiat down Cascade Christian 57-35. On the prep girls basketball scoreboard, East Valley down to Ephrata 50-23. Chelan beat Liberty Bell 56-28. It was Cascade edging Omak 46-43. Tenasket topped Manson 53-24. Brewster beat Lake Roosevelt 59-17. Okanagan blasted Bridgeport 79-29. Moses Lake Christian edged Soap Lake 39-37. Entiat cruised past Cascade Christian 57-16. On the girls schedule tonight, Toppenish at Quincy at 5:30. The Pateras hosts Entiat at 6. On the boys' side, well, it's the same schedule, just second end of the double headers with the late start times for both Entiat and Pateras. Well, coming up this Saturday, NCWLIFE will be at Eastmont High School to televise the Wildcats hosting the Davis Pirates. Now, the Pirate girls, or Lady Pirates, if you will, are ranked number 1 in the state. They are coming off a couple of losses, their only losses of the season in the Portland Holiday Classic. Eastmont's girls riding a 6-game winning streak heading in. Grant Olson will have the call. 4:30 this Saturday. Eastmont boys host the 4th-ranked Davis boys. That'll be afterwards at 6 o'clock. The North Central Washington East Mixer Wrestling Tournament is happening tonight in Oroville. The Hornets welcome wrestlers from Elmira Cooley Heartline, Kettle Falls, Okanagan, Omak, and Wilbur Creston Keller. That's all underway at 6 o'clock. Big 9 head-to-head match has Moses Lake on the road at Eisenhower. That's at 7. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Wednesday.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around north central Washington, you can find us at NCWLife.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.